Hello viewers, you're welcome back to the Uni-que YouTube channel. We are still on the story, My Youthful Orbits Become. In the last Vista, which was Vista 1, I relate to us about Rosemary's ambition accomplishments despite the obstacles she faced with many of her colleagues who were averse to her ambition. Although she has now risen to the heights of fame, but there was a deep pain in her heart which she reminisced on. This Vista 2 is part of the reminiscing parts. So, stay with me as I connect you to Rosemary's past. And just then, I want to give us a special song composed by my humble self. It's titled Life and Its Irony. Happy listening. Oh, life is full of up and down. Life is full of irony. But I will stay in the pathway of glory. Oh yes, I will stay in the pathway of righteousness. Oh, life is full of its up and down. I cannot find the pathway to glory, except I connect to Him that has the blueprint, the pathway. Oh, life is full of its irony. I connect to the everlasting God because I want to stay in the pathway that leads to glory. It connects me to the path of endless, painless life. Oh, life is full of its up and down. Oh, life is full of irony. But I will stay in the pathway of glory. Yes, I will stay in the pathway of righteousness. I will walk in the pathway of glory. Because I know the end leads to endless, painless life. Thank you for listening. I believe you've been blessed by that song. God bless you. So, I go to Vista 2. London Street was a street that took after his name. It is one of the areas marked out for the elite in the society. From the highest household things to the minute household things, there is a touch of quality. The morning hour of the day features piles of expensive cars being driven out of the garage by the owners. Anyone could mistake this hour as casual time, as cars lines up to maneuver the beautiful corner to the entrance gate of the street. Coming back in the evening is like every day back waiting. There must be something new being brought by the occupants for their families. It was such a luxurious area. Such was the area that Rosemary was born and grew up. She was born with a silver spoon. All her life, she had not experienced privations in anything. All her friends had been friends of the elite, home and abroad. Talking about her education, she attended one of the most expensive schools in the country. After her secondary school, her parents had thought she would go to the university and get a degree. Rosemary's parents had wanted her to read law. Her daddy had planned that she would take over his law firm after he retired. But Rosemary's father received the shock of his life when Rosemary chose another way round. No amount of pleading and motivation talks from her parents would change her mind. Rosemary had her own plan, which she disclosed to her parents. She wouldn't want to go to the university. She wanted to focus and build her talent. As such, university education would be a waste, an hindrance to her making it in life in her own way. This brought about some family disagreement with her. How can a daughter of a whole chief justice be a loner as far as education is concerned? How will her daughter be able to measure up in life? He retorted. Notwithstanding Rosemary's objections, her father went ahead to register her for JAMB. Of course, she passed the JAMB at excellent score of 350 without any manipulation, which automatically qualified her to read law in the chosen university. However, the admission became a mirage because Rosemary refused to show up for the post-UTME. Rosemary was such a strong-willed girl, and whatever she wants, she always gets it done no matter the obstacles. Her parents were very annoyed with her for the bad show of attitude which they counted as insubordination. Rosemary came out strong before them on her mission and flair for tailoring and clothing merchandise. At this junction, her father knew she can't be persuaded any further, so they gave in to her choice. Her parents enrolled her in a fashion model merchandise school owned by Adeoye, a renowned wealthy designer in the country. The enrollment was done so that Rosemary would be well informed on the nitty-gritty of the designer trade. The program was scheduled for 2 years. In no time, her parents made all resources she needed for her skill enhancement. While she was learning in the fashion center, she was also busy designing clothes for herself at home whenever she retired back from the fashion school. Most of her weekends were also spent in privacy of creating new designs. Rosemary for this period was cut away from the world. If she must make a mark on the sand of life, she must cut up with irrelevance and distractions in life, she has told herself. Though her parents were worried, but she assured them she would be fine. She read lots of books on her line of interest. Entrepreneurship books ranging from rise and fall of businesses, way of life of entrepreneur, to their private lives were all her classics. She, however, made two of the world-renowned designers her classics. Strangely, their private way of life, though nothing to write home about, interested her a lot. These two models are feminists, single mothers, and doing excellently in their professions. Well, what more could one need in life? She assured herself. She got so much obsessed with these two models that she designed t-shirts with the inscription on it. Her mother, Ndidi, who had been playing a motherly role on Rosemary, noticed this obsession in her daughter. Thus, she searched the internet for the profiles of these two mothers. She was baffled with her discovery. Single mothers? After all these achievements? She exclaimed. She immediately warned her daughter to desist from such relationship. Rosemary objected to this. How can one be in the fashion industry without a role model? She, however, promised her mother she would differ from them as regards their private lives. Oh, mommy, you are no school, she has told her mommy playfully. Yes, call me whatever, her mother responded and continued. Knowledge is information and power, but but always learn which parts of the information to embrace and which one to discard so that you will not run into trouble, she advised her daughter. Okay, Mom, I'll be good, thanks, she had told her mother hurriedly. Unknown to Rosemary's mother, her daughter had already built deep, strong relationships with the two mothers. For Rosemary, backing out of the relationship with the two mothers would spare doom for her line of business. She needed their mentoring and network to grow. After all, it is purely professional. So, she consistently kept in touch with them, but away from the prying eyes of her mother. Her mentors on several occasions sent to her lots of materials, videos, and gave her lots of advices and principles of making it big in the line of business. So, Rosemary was really elated for their contributions to her growing processes. Within the space of 1.5 years, she was able to draw from the wealth of knowledge and experiences of her network, her mentors, and the fashion school, which she used to better her design skill. At the end of her entrepreneurship course, she had already set up her own design and boutique business. Setting down her business was not a problem to her. She was hugely remunerated by her parents. Her outstanding skills in practical and fashion showcasing had won her the favor of the proprietor of the school that she retained her as a design consultant. Rosemary also did not sever her relationship with them. She often visited the school from time to time, especially when she was invited to showcase special designs to the high-profile clients. She had also created several designs which she self-branded for many of the school's clients. Of such high-profile clients is the famous handsome man of words, and not only sweep up young people to the dancing floor whenever he is performing on stage, but all people also are thrilled by his musical talent trait. Who is this talented young man? Stay with the story as we roll together in the next Vista 3. Thanks for listening and God bless.